Welcome back to another video, guys. This is your man Saint Energy here, and we're here with carx Street. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. I had to really get myself prepared, story-wise, and really just try to get the vehicles that I really wanted. I'm at the very beginning, so I can't really go as far as saying that I've completed the game because I started literally a day ago. But man, is this game really remarkable? There's a bunch of things to really touch up within the video, but before we actually get started, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and let's get through with the video. There's just so much in this game that is just really remarkable, between the gameplay, the graphics, the scenery. They just worked so much on this game. I know they delayed this for quite some time, because the last time I remembered that this was supposed to release was in 2020. This was September of 2020, and then they kept working around the dates. They created a roadmap, and now eventually, 4 years later or so, they wind up releasing it. But I gotta say, man, it compared to the mobile version, which a lot of people is like, yuck. But compared to the mobile version, it's actually really, really nice to. I can't even. I think graphics or just detail is an understatement, but to really just see, this game just shines so greatly. It's remarkable. I can put this in many words, but I love racing games with simplistic detail, and I also love the idea of being able to play online, and unfortunately, like, you obviously can't play events like online. Well, you can, but like, it's not story mode events, but you can still partake with friends online or whatever. And it's a really, really great experience. I've been having a lot of fun, but it's just really, really cool. You actually get to be able to view the entire map, and the cool part about it is that you have like all this to discover. It may seem like a short map, but to me, I feel like it's a little long. It's a decent map size. Hopefully we get something different in the future, or at least within the next month or two. The ability to connect online is actually as simple as you opening up the map. And as you can see on the map, there's actually online players playing right now. But when you connect to online, you don't really see them on the map so much, because I guess, like, depending on whether you sign out and sign back in, it connects you to a different server every time. The only time that you actually get to see them is if you start up a speed league and create a race and place a bet, and then I guess, like, if people are connected online, which it says 25, it'll probably put people within that spectrum of things, or at least within the event. But keep in mind that every time you sign out and sign back in, it puts you in a different lobby, I would suppose. But I guess, like, since it's the beginning of the game and people are still trying to complete the races, they probably want their vehicles to be maxed out. But yeah, this is just a simple way for you to really do this and connect with other people, whether you want to do community races with your community in terms of Discord, or even as a content creator, or just with friends, really. As you can see, I'm actually playing against somebody online right now as well too. I mean, obviously the races get a little bit more filled as you progress through the game, or at least on certain time zones, because I know certain time zones, depending on if you're Eastern, West, not West, Central, or just pretty much in the European region. I know that there is a lot of people that can connect with their friends, and they actually get to start up lobbies. Again, if you have a community, this is kind of one of the games you would play online to earn cash together, and just to have clean and fun races. I mean, if you want to play dirty, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure that other people like to play the races in several ways, even without having the actual DLC to the game, which only really adds a couple of cars, or actually it makes it a lot easier for your starting. They have a lot of unique vehicles within the game as well too, that I find a bit astounding as well too. The detail behind the vehicles between tuners, muscles, and exotics is just incredible. They have a lot of nostalgic classic tuners, classic muscle. They even have like, I would say, a little bit of exotics, because I don't really think that there's many exotics, but the vehicle selection is actually quite impressive as well too. It may not be on carx drifts level, but it definitely is very interesting. And I like also how they were able to inherit the idea of putting the event cars, making it a little bit more challenging. Whereas, like, if you wanted to earn these particular cars, you would have to go on the map and do time trials and place on the leaderboard and stuff. And I think they do those things very often, But the car selection is actually really good in terms of the dealership. And, I actually really love a lot of the vehicles within the game. I personally prefer the 280Z because that's my favorite vehicle. But, it just gives me more of a reason to grind the game to earn these cars, because a lot of them are very intriguing. I just wish some of them were kind of earned through the story mode progression, but I haven't really got that far yet, so it may be sort of different for me as I progress through. The tuning is also unique as well too, something that I really needed to mention as well. The thing about the tuning feature is that you put all these parts within these Setso class groups, and the unique thing is that if you were to have your car maxed out, for example, you can go to upgrade and you can go to what appears to be the advanced tuning option, and this is kind of like your way of getting the most out of your vehicle, and I find this to be very unique because from time to time certain racing games don't necessarily have this feature, maybe Forza or maybe even Gran Turismo, but if you really wanted to get the most out of your performance, you would pretty much go here. But it's just very unique how they really have it. I actually really think this is extremely useful, because there's a lot of particular ways that you could be able to enhance the performance of your vehicle, which is completely awesome. And then you have the tuning option in terms of body style, spoilers, hoods, all the accessories for your car as well too. Like maybe you don't really see it so much on my 280Z or so, because a lot of the other vehicles have, I guess, unlimited forms of customization. But this would be the area in which you would go to customize your vehicles to whatever you're liking. And I find it very unique how they have this particular option, but also as well as paint shop styling, which you can actually get to go inside the car and change the steering wheel and other accessories within the vehicle as well. I find it very, very interesting to have these type of features within the game. I know, like, some people are like, yeah, but it's not game breaking or whatever the case is. Yeah, but you kind of expect this from a street racing game. You kind of expect this from a street racing game to have these type of features and stuff like that. Maybe not to the extent for other racing games and so forth, but just the fact that they have all these particular options within the game is pretty cool. I actually really think that this is pretty dope. As I explained before, the time attack feature is where you would earn the cars, as recently showed within the dealership as well too. Depending on what times you place, and depending on how well you do, the time limit obviously is there for when the event really ends. And if you were to place top 100 or top 500, you either get Setso vehicles, or anything below that you would get Setso rewards and so forth. So you always want to place the best of your time. And the good thing about the time attack, or the time hunter, so to speak, you actually have a unlimited amount of retries. It's not like any other particular event where you don't necessarily or have like a limit to the amount of times you could retry an event. But it's actually pretty cool. You actually get to get involved within not just that time trial, but in other time trials if you have the set so vehicles for it. But of course they have limits, and then I guess they change like every time that they run out and so forth. But this is the great way to actually not only earn money, but also to get the great vehicles within the dealership. They also have the delivery businesses as well, to where you can actually, if you didn't really want to play like the regular races and you wanted to do something different, you can either do the car delivery service and the business delivery service. And I would assume that you would actually deliver cars or whatever the case is to get set so cash, just to earn like a little bit of extra money as well too. So that's another particular feature within the game that I find very unique. So for every part in the story, you actually have to have a set so performance for each and every single club that you would want to join in. Like for example, this one would say, you know, C1 R140, and it usually would mean any C1 car or so forth. And as you progress through the story, it has these particular clubs that you would enter, but you have to meet the specific requirements to get into these particular clubs. And you know, the more that you progress through the story, and the beauty of the game is that each level up actually grants you more and more money and rewards in terms of, you know, performance parts, or even just like, I guess, the gold cash that's below the credits and so forth. But for each time that you actually complete set so clubs, they give you special rewards on top of like the cash, like a car or something like that. So you know, just keep in mind that, you know, you just really need to have the minimum requirements. Like let's say for example, I would go to, you know, this event or whatever. As you can see, it says 183 and R240 and stuff, so I have to have those minimum requirements for sets of events. Also as well too, this is a very important feature in the game, because as you know, you really have to refill your gas, refill your tires, and also your nitrous as well too. So the gas station is all around the map, it's everywhere. So basically when you feel like your gas is low or anything, you would go to a gas station in this game and you would just refill your gas simply. If you make a lot of money or you find easy ways to make money in the game, it shouldn't be a problem with you installing these type of things. But it's really important because you don't want to really go into an event after playing so many other events throughout the story, and then you go and you haven't really refilled your gas, and then your car kind of shuts down. So that's also very important too. Overall, I enjoy my experience with the game. If you guys have the game yourselves, let me know in the comment section if you like the game. Was it worth the wait, or you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go play some other game, because clearly this is not what I expected out of this particular game. Because you know, everybody has different opinions, and what I was really gonna go into was somebody brought it to my attention about the two specific videos that I uploaded: the Need for Speed Underground 2 Unreal, and I believe it was Gran Turismo 2 the max settings video. And they were basically pinpointing on the subject matter of the negative comments I had, and I quickly stopped them and said, you know, when you're on the internet, you have to really give people the area of not only just their opinion, but also just the form of expression. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be this guy, but they clicked on my thumbnail. So, I mean, not to be arrogant saying that, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm not going to sit there and say to them that it's completely wrong for them to express their opinion. Because if something looks like shit, then express it, you know? Because I know if something looked bad to me, I'd be like, that looks bad, you know? So that's kind of how I look at it. And some of them didn't even shit talk me directly. It was more so towards the game. It's more how they felt about the game, because a lot of people, they love retro games and they love the original value within retro games, and you can't fault them for that. You know, you can't fault them for that. You can't basically say to them that, you know, their feeling about said so retro games is completely wrong, and that, they're an idiot or whatever type of form of word that you want to use in your vocabulary. But to say all these insulting phrases or whatever is just completely wrong. I mean, you got to give people the right to express their opinion, regardless if it's negative or positive. At the end of the day, I do really appreciate the feedback for those who actually really did give me useful advice. And, I hope that I can literally do better in terms of my content, in terms of my videos, not really having those particular issues. Some of it was very useful. I even went back to my emulators to go fix it. So in a way, it was helpful. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent now. But you guys, thank you guys so much for the continued support. I appreciate all those who subscribe to my channel, the new subscribers. And I also appreciate very, very much of you guys actually showing the continued support between my other videos as well too. It really does mean a lot. Try my best to upload as much carx Street videos. Some of them probably might not be, commentary ordeal. That probably just will be the cars that I customize so forth. But we'll see. Added within the boundaries of retro content as well too. But this is Synergy signing off. I hope you guys have a great day and peace out.